Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we close out show number 496. And I can imagine in these more than 19 years that probably one of my first guests was not this man, but his brother, Dan Barry, on that show that many years ago, and the late Dan Barry. And so I wanted to close out this show with John Barry, who has kept the tradition alive with the Barry Brothers Guide Service in the great metropolis of, where is that again, John?
Cotter, Arkansas.
Cotter, Arkansas, with 2 T's. So we've gone from the Grand Canyon to Cotter, Arkansas in one show. And tell me, what other outdoor radio show can go from Maryland to the Grand Canyon and end up at Cotter? Now, none, says Gene Smith. How about you, Dave Gabbard?
It's just Back to the Future.
It's Back to the Future. Hey, but I really appreciate John Barry. Like I said, they've been part of this show for many years, and I was at the Little Red River on Monday, as I told you folks, caught a lot of trout out of a pontoon, which I was just explaining to John before we went on the air, fishing with Jay Gutermuth out of Lindsay's Resort. And so we're going to look at the other parts, but John keeps up with all the trout waters of Arkansas, whether it's the Spring, the Little Red, but, of course, he's based out of the White River and the North Fork of the White River, which I call it. I don't know what he calls it. A lot of people call it North Fork River, but I call it the North Fork of the White River.
Well, above the dam, it's the North Fork of the White.
That's what I call it. Okay. And below the dam,
it's the North Fork Dam tailwater.
Okay. All right.
We'll just call it the North Fork.
Just call it the North Fork. But, okay, I know what I caught Monday. Of course, we were bottom fishing. We were anchored fishing. So tell us what's going on at the White and where you are based out of Cotter there.
Well, I am in Cotter, Arkansas, trout capital USA.
It is.
It is.
Yes.
And we've still got some high water, but the lakes are dropping like a rock.
Okay.
They're dropping the White's dropping about 3 feet a week, and the North Fork's dropping about 2 feet a week. So we're about 2 weeks from power pool and the possibility of wadeable water.
And that's what you look forward to, right?
Yeah, it's only been 2 years, Larry. So.
It's only been 2 years. That's what I wanted to get on, because a lot of our folks head that way, and a lot of our folks have been dealing with this high water for a long time. So to you, talk about what that will mean for fly fishing.
Well, when we have a lot of high water, the catch rate goes down.
Yes.
But they still keep stocking.
Well, they do, yeah.
Right. So when that water first goes down, there's a lot of fish in the river. And in addition, this is our October is our busiest month for guiding.
Yes.
Because the browns are starting to move. It's cooler. The kids are back in school. It just kind of everything comes together at once.
And
now
the fall
we have
colors.
The possibility of wadeable water.
And fall colors. I mean,
and fall color. I've been raking leaves for the last 2 weeks.
Hear that, folks? I mean, in Cotter, Arkansas, they have a rake. He doesn't have he doesn't have a grass service or anything. I mean, the guys don't come in there. John is raking leaves.
I'm raking leaves. When I retired early and came up here, and the idea was that I would do everything myself.
Well, that idea now, that's been how many years now?
20 years.
20? Is this really the 20th year? Is that
yes.
right? Huh. Well, that sounds pretty cool.
I've been in beautiful downtown Cotter, Arkansas for 20 years.
That doesn't seem possible. Of course, we've been doing this show about that. We're closing in on 20 years ourselves. And I know Dan had to be one of our first guests because he kept trying to get me to learn how to cast a fly rod. and I just couldn't catch those flies. They were just flying around me all the time. So,
well, we always had a money-back guarantee, and he said you're the only guy he ever gave the money back to.
I'm the only guy that flunks a ski school too, also up in the mountains of Colorado. I think I was the only one. Everybody else was under 7, and I was still out there on the bunny slope. But hey, I don't know how. I don't.
It's a gift.
Thank you, Dave, for inserting that. But I don't know how many people your brother taught to fly fish.
I would say it would be in the thousands.
It had to be. It had to be.
You know, we used to do this thing at Tommy Bronson for them, and we would do it every month. And sometimes we'd have 20, 30. One Father's Day we had 57.
I don't know how. I did it. I did it at Rhodes, I think.
Yeah, we did it at Rhodes for a long time, and then we did it at one of the city parks.
Yeah, one of the parks. But I was at Rhodes because he told me to quit coming back. You know, I mean, it got to the point. But the ability now, when it opens up now, there is a closure right there at the dam, right? Isn't there some time that
right from November 1 through July 31st, the catch and release section below Bull Shoals Dam closes to accommodate the brown trout spawn.
From November the 1st to when?
January 31st.
Oh, you said July. It kind of scared me there, John. I was getting worried.
It's January 31st.
Okay. He's been tying too many flies today. But
I've been tying too many flies.
60 in one day. He told me earlier in the week he had tied 60 flies in one day. And when you said if they're closed at the July 31st, there's a lot of resorts to be out of business. So don't say
that's
that.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. Now, that's only that one section, which is just about a mile. The rest of the river is open.
So big trout. Now, so come October
right, for
now.
Big trout. But just that one section is closed during that time.
But now we're prime time. If this low water comes like we're hoping and you're hoping, and all these Memphis people that I know here are hoping for you fly fishermen, it will be a bonanza. I mean,
I'm thinking they're going to be hitting a shiny hook.
You think that? And are you pretty well booked? You got some openings, or
I've got some openings. I'm booking up, but I've still got a lot of days, or not a lot of days, several days open.
All right. Well, tell our listeners out there before we let you go how to get in touch with you.
Well, you can go online, BarryBrothersGuides.com, or call me at 870-435-2169, and we'll book a trip.
And you can go to my website, lroutdoors.com, click on the fishing reports up there. No one does a report like John Barry. I mean, if you think it's just going to say this and that and it's out of here, John puts personality into his fishing. I wish there was an outdoor writing contest for fishing reports, and I may try to work that out because John would win. He takes a lot of time and effort into his reports, and it's not only complete with what he's using, but he throws a lot of humor in there and things along that line. And I know Lori probably proofreads those for you, and I know she finds no mistakes, right?
Well, sometimes she'll tell me, I wouldn't say it that way.
20 years in Cotter hasn't changed all that much.
She has a master's degree. She thinks she's smarter than me.
We won't even get into that, John. I'll tell you that. Thank you, buddy, for being with us, and we'll talk to you. I want to get back with you maybe at the end of the month or so and see what's going on.
Anytime.
Yeah,
call me, and we'll see how this if we got any low water
and
what's happening, because it's completely different. We've been throwing heavy flies with a lot of lead.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to doing something a little lighter.
Well, if you would let me know, email me or something when that happens, so we'll put you right on that
Well,
week.
It'll be in the fishing report. It comes out every week.
There you go, folks. Go to my website, lroutdoors.com. All right, John Barry. Thank you, buddy. Talk to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Shelby, you got another one? You already put the horn up? Huh? No. Shelby's going to have another from the trumpet. and Gene Smith is going to have another. And then we're going to have a closing word from Dave Gabbert offering thanks for us, for us to get through another show. Dave is, you there, Dave? You hadn't gone to sleep, have you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for, you to come down with the heartbreak of psoriasis, the way you're going.
No, I'm not. That's next week. All right, Shelby.
Okay.
What are we going to hear? How about the Tiger Fight song? There you go, Tiger fans. Okay. Now,
Saturday football.
Saturday football. There you go, Shelby. All right. Thank you, Shelby. You knew that one, didn't you? Yeah. You played that one a few times. Yeah, she's played that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, who hadn't? That's Shelby McCall, the only outdoor radio show got their own trumpeter or trumpeter.
That's right.
Tourist, I guess. So anyway. Okay, Gene.
We got it all.
All right, Gene. How about another one?
All right. This man was driving out in the country one day for a nice, cool day like this early Saturday morning.
Yes.
And he noticed this farmer was holding his pig up to this apple tree, and the pig was getting him some apples.
Yes.
So he got curious. He went by there and said, sir, he said, if you would shake that tree and drop those apples, it would save a lot of time. He said, what's time to a pig?
Oh, my. What, this is all, in the archives of lroutdoors.com also, if you want to actually hear that we do that. So, all right, Dave, what's up for you now? You getting ready to head down to the, you heading down to the Gulf?
Unfortunately, I'm fixing to walk out the door here in a little bit, and I have to drive to Nashville to the airport to pick up my wayward wife who's been traveling.
She has really been traveling, hasn't she? She's been out west, hasn't she?
She's been out west, and so she just sent me a text a little while ago, said she was waiting on the flight to take off from, she's been out to visit some friends of ours on the West Coast, out of Portland, of all places.
Out of Portland. I hope she's okay, but glad to have her back, and Dave has got so many things going on. I want to... Before we close, guys, I want to remind folks that the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Wade Bourne Nature Center right out in Clarksville, Tennessee, is October the 24th at 2 p.m. I know my wife, Mary, and myself will be up there for that because Wade Bourne, the late Wade Bourne, was such a wonderful part of our lives and so many, particularly from the Ducks Unlimited family. Next week's show, Ron Wong and John Gordon will be in there, and I'm sure John will talk about Wade Bourne himself. And we're going to talk to David Bessmeyer of Bacon Up. Now, you got to listen to this show. These people are making a product. It's based on bacon. And who doesn't love bacon? Gene, you like bacon?
Amen, yeah.
Dave, you like bacon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've used that product. I could endorse that product.
And, well, we got some more. It's going to be part of our giveaway on that 500th show, but that's David Bessmeyer. And then we're going to get an update from the young man that Dave knows, Jeremy Dennison, TWRA Region 1 big game biologist. We're going to check up on see how things went on the opening weekend of the archery season. And as we get ready it won't be long, that we'll be in the drill deer season. And so we want to talk to him. Might get a report from our man Dave Payne out at Payne's Deer Processing, some of those things going on. But, guys, October is my favorite month. I don't know about you guys. I'm glad September's gone because it wasn't until I got all these chiggers last week that I heard that September was prime chigger time. And,
all right.
Yeah, and thanks to all the 47 people who recommended things to get rid of chiggers, if I'd only heard from them before I ever had them, then I wouldn't have had to worry about them. But I know more about chiggers now than I've ever known, okay? It's just a part of life. And, Dave, you were saying those tiny little fellows, they fall off. I mean,
oh yeah, it's not the bug. When you get a chigger, it's not the bug. It's their little feeding tube that they put
yes.
in your skin to to get their nourishment, and they get their fill, and then they fall off.
I don't know why they even fell on, but I did get my ground blind up. It's been positioned. It cost me a few chiggers, but I'm glad it was done and everything like that. And thanks to James McCrory at the McCrory Farm near Bolivar, that ground blind, that redneck gilly ground blind, is ready to be used. But it did cost me a chigger tack. And I do want to thank the folks at
they make a lotion. I'm gonna have to look in forestry.
You're gonna have to find a lotion.
They make a lotion you can put on that keeps the little critters off of you.
As soon as I mentioned chiggers, Shelby just started scratching her head. So I mean that makes me itch now. Why did you do that? Now I'm itching now, Shelby. Now she's itching. Everybody's listening out there is itching.
Everybody's scratching.
Yeah, you don't have
even Rags is scratching.
Oh no, Rags. You don't have a chigger joke, do you?
No, I don't. I don't have a chigger joke.
You got to work on that. Make sure you
have
some kind of a chigger joke that goes along to it. Now, all right.
You heard my boll weevil joke. I know you heard that one.
Do we have time for that, Shelby? No, we don't. All right, we'll do that next time, okay? Keep that in waiting. All right, this is Larry Ray reminding I do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent. And what else? God bless the USA.